If you've ever done anything regarding subconscious reprogramming, whether that's for performing better in your business, achieving certain goals, reprogramming your subconscious so you can create new habits or let go of old habits, and just get these attributes, these characteristics that you've been craving, like confidence, etc. If you use subconscious programming for any of these things, I'm going to show you in this episode why most have failed and why you may have failed if you haven't reached the complete outcome of your subconscious reprogramming, and what you can do to 10, 100, 1000x your results when it comes to reprogramming your subconscious mind. It's your host and meditation coach, Manvir, back with another episode of the Meditating Nation podcast. And today we're going to look at subconscious reprogramming and the main mistake that's made during this journey of reprogramming your subconscious and how you can revert that mistake. And this brings me to when I started to really get into this, and the main portion of my life that I remember when I was doing this was back in university, where one of the main things or hurdles I was focusing on was confidence. Becoming a confident person. I started self-development, meditation, all these things, yet the confidence factor was lacking. And you can apply this to any aspect of your life really, because even as of recent, there's been things I've been doing to assist me in confidence, for example, in my business, in my marketing, etc. But back then, I think the main motive of getting my confidence up was to get a girlfriend, to be honest. I still remember there was this, in one of my introductory days, there was this security guy, and he was just saying how, usually within the first 6 months, everyone gets a girlfriend in university, and I was excited. I was like, because I've been to a boys' school prior and I'd not been in a relationship. And so I was excited, even though I didn't get that girlfriend in 6 months. However, though, I will say I've been lucky because the place I went to learn about, how to get a girlfriend really taught men or whoever was going out there to actually become a valuable person and work on yourself as a person for that. But anyways, there's me trying to get my confidence up. I had all these things which are kind of a cover up. If I'm honest, a lot of the stuff I was doing was almost out of insecurity, to kind of hide the fact that, hey, I don't have this confidence here. And I remember one of the things was that, have your posture, stand straight, breathe into your belly. There's some vocal stuff as well to make your voice deep and resonant. But mainly it's breathing into your belly, chest up, like someone's pulling you from a puppet string. And that apparently was meant to make you confident. Now, a lot of these, what I kind of refer to now as gimmicks, had some effect until you kind of ran out of willpower. And that's the main thing with a lot of these tools, especially when you're working on yourself in the self-help, self-development space. You get a lot of these tools which are reliant upon willpower, and you only have a certain amount during the day. So a lot of the times I've just gone through these loops where I kind of make progress and whoop, back down again, feeling insecure, feeling not confident. And it's very exhausting, this back and forth, and you probably have an aspect of your life where you've been pushing. I call this, pushing the accelerator and the brake at the same time. It's what you're doing is trying to accelerate further and further with these tools and techniques instead of taking your foot off the brake. And this essentially was the main paradigm that I came across, which switched things up drastically for me. This is what created my 10, 100, 1000x on results. And this was this paradigm or breaking of the paradigm of, this, I guess you could even call it a hustle mentality, this willpower mentality. And so basically what I discovered was that trying to put these techniques to combat or to gain certain characteristics is like installing new software on a laptop or computer that has a virus in it. There's no point on installing new software. You can install 100 different programs. You can use 100 different techniques. But if you still got that virus, it's not going to work. And here's a fundamental truth that, it's kind of interesting. It's not something I hear spoken of much, but it's kind of there, like as an undercovering truth of many of these techniques, including affirmations, visualizations, and all other tools to help you reprogram your subconscious mind. I remember, I literally had this subliminal programming software on my laptop, and I had this group project, and I was so embarrassed at one point because someone almost caught the words popping up on my screen. But you can see, I was embarrassed for someone to see that. It's well, obviously that thing wasn't entirely working. But the underlying truth with a lot of these techniques is that the reason you're doing affirmations, the reason you're saying, I am confident, the reason you're visualizing continuously, the reason you're, in my case, putting my shoulders up so I can become confident, there's an underlying truth that I'm not that person, and I'm acting just by the product of me saying an affirmation, I am confident, in order to become confident, is saying that, hey, my identity, my subconscious identity, is that of a not confident person, inconfident person. So you can take a moment to think of all the things you're doing to, in a sense, escape this identity. What other things are you doing that are, you're acting from this subconscious identity, that I'm not this, that's why I'm doing this to get to this result. Now the solution to this was to work top down. Instead of working from the default paradigm, I'm not this, and then, doing affirmations, for example, you work from the top down saying, hey, I am confident, but there's something in the way. Let me remove that. And this is where the word subconscious deprogramming came into play. This is why I now use the word subconscious deprogramming when referring to this stuff. And, a lot of this stuff I do is shadow work related, if you're familiar with that. And, later I changed that to integration work because it's a shadow work. If someone doesn't know it, they're a bit like, whoa, what's that? However, I switched to integration work, but now as I added a lot more different varying tools to my program, now I call this subconscious deprogramming versus the usual subconscious reprogramming. So when you come with a paradigm of subconscious deprogramming, you're coming for the paradigm that I'm already there. For some reason, I'm not seeing that. Let me take off the weight. It's like you're in the sea and you've got anchors pulling you down. Let me take the anchors because I know I'm going to float naturally. And so that's what I did. And when you come into this deprogramming paradigm, that's where you come face to face with your subconscious. Because the reason you're not there already is because of those conditionings you picked up from childhood, from being a certain color, from growing up in a certain society, from being a certain gender, male and female. Both sides have a certain programming. Whether you're Indian, Asian, English, you've got a certain programming, certain conditioning. Whether you grew up in an urban area or where there's a countryside, you've got different programming, different conditioning. Whether your parents were hard workers or they were entrepreneurs, you've got a different conditioning. And from age 0 to 7, it's a common fact now that that's where you pick up your conditioning. And in that state, you're in a theta state, and that's mainly to do with emotions. So you're not really cognizing mentally what's going on. You're processing things emotionally. That's why there's a certain thing called implicit memory, where you've got memory stored within your body that you don't have a conscious memory of. However, that's a pattern. That may include patterns that are playing on loop, which are causing things like you not being able to be confident, which is manifesting in you feeling like an imposter in your industry, in your business, you feeling insecurities, you not finding a relationship because you're not confident, you're not self-loving, or any aspect of yourself you think that you need to improve on. Rather than you needing to improve on it, you just need to take off the conditioning that was placed above it. And so this brings us on to subconscious deprogramming. And this is how you literally 1000x your results, because now, instead of trying to flow upstream with a lot of these techniques that you're given, you're able to flow downstream. And another fact I'd like to put out there is, with the whole law of attraction, your thoughts create your reality. Correct. But what's forgotten is most of your thoughts are subconscious thoughts. 90%. Your subconscious mind is more powerful than your conscious mind. Or, our conscious mind is only responsible for about 10% of your thoughts. So essentially, it's your subconscious that's creating your reality. Now, what viruses do you have in your subconscious that are running that you may not even be aware of right now? And a lot of the stuff you'll see me talk about is going to be repeating this point, because the minute you start to master your subconscious, that's when you master your reality. And that's why my new program is called Subconscious Mastery. Now, okay, how do we do this? So I said, emotions was the key. And I'm actually giving away, if you, check the description or the comments below, I do have a meditation that's kind of like a beginner meditation to assist you with your journey into subconscious deprogramming, because a lot of it just revolves around you unraveling these contractions that have occurred in your body. Like, if you're not feeling confident, or if you're scared to public speak, and I mentioned the word public speaking, you notice there's a part of you that contracts as a reaction. So a lot of the subconscious deprogramming involves unraveling these contractions. And so I've created a free meditation to help you get started on that journey. And of course, if you want to be on the accelerated path, then I invite you to join my Subconscious Mastery program. It's open for enrollment. I'd also leave a link below, or just shoot me a message. And essentially, it's a very simple program. We go through 3 steps. The first is strengthening, which is strengthening your ability to handle these emotions. And this is where we work, top down to deprogram your subconscious mind. The second step is going to be subconscious deprogramming, which is where we work bottom up in pulling the roots of these programs out. And the third step is integrating all of this together. And so that's it for this video. Just to recap, the reason why subconscious programming or reprogramming often fails is because there are programs or viruses running already in your subconscious that make it useless, because whatever program you input, it gets ruined by this virus. As soon as your willpower runs out, that new program fails. And so the solution to that is to subconscious deprogram, to unravel these programs, to take them away. And one of the main ways you do that is to process emotionally the programs that are occurring within your body. If you found any of this info useful, beneficial, please do like, comment, subscribe, or whatever that is on the platform you're on. Share this with someone you feel needs to hear this. And yeah, let me know what you thought. Other than that, it's your meditation coach Manvir signing out and wishing you a beautiful day.